Sup, you beautiful bastards. Hope you've had a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome back to the DeFranco Show. Buckle up, hit that like button, and let's just jump into it. And the first thing we're going to talk about today is the story around Masika Kalysha. She's a former love and hip-hop Hollywood star, and she was in the news because she posted a shocking and scary video. And it's a video that caught a lot of people's attention because, I mean, in it, you see her in her underwear crying and covered in bruises on her face and body. And in it, she says,
"It got beat really bad, and they're coming. They said that you guys have to leave me tips and follow me so they can take the money, or they're not gonna let me go. Guys, please help. Tip me $100 each, or they're not letting me go."
With her posting the video on Twitter and Instagram, as well as her Instagram story, where she even included a swipe-up link to her OnlyFans. Also, in case there was any confusion as to what was apparently going on here, in her post caption, Masika flat out claimed that she had been kidnapped, adding, "I'm in a warehouse somewhere, I don't know where, I'm so scared, they took all my money and they want more. Please help me, click the link in my bio and subscribe to my OnlyFans and tip me so they'll let me go. They're coming." But then, what we end up seeing a short time later is Masika uploading another video explaining the whole situation.
Hey guys, now that I got your attention, I wanted to talk about something very important. I'm sorry if I scared you, but sometimes you need that shock factor. I'm on set right now filming for my new show, and this is all camera makeup. I'm totally fine, guys. But the show that I am on right now is about child sex trafficking.
She then went on to say this is an issue she's passionate about, saying that it's such a challenging role for her. And with this, announcing that she was partnering with the Rose Organization, which is a nonprofit that supports victims of sex trafficking, focusing heavily on women and children of color. And going on to say,
I apologize if I scared you guys, but please, please, please follow the Rose Organization.
But still, after that, you had many left confused about how promoting to her OnlyFans helped the Rose Organization. And there, in a tweet later Tuesday night, she said she wanted to keep bringing attention to the topic and added, "To get involved, log on to roseorganization.com, or you can donate on my OnlyFans page." So it seems like she might be turning over those donations to the organization. There's also a screenshot circulating that is allegedly from her OnlyFans page, which says that she's donating all the proceeds to the organization, but reportedly no such post was visible as of Wednesday morning. And with this situation, we've seen numerous reactions, with some saying this was completely inappropriate, in fact hurtful and troubling for actual abuse and trafficking victims, though you also had others praising her shock value approach for raising awareness. But then this morning we got a big update, and probably the most important reaction to this whole situation, coming from the president of the Rose Organization, Tony D. Rivera, who posted a video responding to this whole controversy, saying she was only recently made aware of Masika's video because she was busy working, and added,
"It kind of pissed me off a little bit, because this is my life's work."
Also saying the video was not the right way for Masika to raise awareness, and admitted that it was triggering for her and others. Also hitting a key point here.
No way, shape, or form is Masika the spokesperson for Rose. No way, shape, or form are we accepting money from OnlyFans, fans only, whatever the hell it is. No, Rose is my organization. I did not approve or ask Masika to do a video at all.
So now with that response, we've seen even more people going, "Oh, Masika was just doing this for her own clout." But following those remarks, Masika shared a letter she allegedly received from the organization on August 1st, welcoming her as its new advisory board member. That letter reading, "As an advisory board member, we will highlight you on our social media and our website. We ask only that you help guide us to funding and information resources. You are welcome to help us with fundraising yourself around your label's products and/or services." And in a lengthy caption post, she also criticized the organization's president for turning on her when the pressure became heavy, saying, "My platform is what you wanted until you got it and saw how difficult it is to stand firm and maintain your purpose while others try to tear you down. Tony, you allowed the negative comments to supersede the end goal, saving lives and rescuing women and children." But still, she said that she's glad that this whole ordeal is shining a light on the organization, and while she will continue to support the cause, she said she is now stepping down from the group's advisory board. Then, following that, the Rose Org's president quickly claimed that she never wrote that letter and still says she never approved that video. So now we're seeing some back and forth unfolding between them, with screenshots being shared. That is ultimately where we are with the story, and the question I will pass off to you. What are your thoughts here? Are you in the camp of what she did was completely inappropriate and or self-serving? Or do you think that this stunt or hoax or whatever you want to call it, it was shock value and it raised awareness for a good cause? What do you think and why? Let me know in those comments down below. But from that, I want to share some stuff I love today. And Today in Awesome, brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Did you know that Dollar Shave Club has you covered for all your grooming needs? They deliver high quality products for your shower, oral care, deodorants, and of course, shaving that face. And they recently sent me their Ultimate Shave Starter Set, complete with their weighty executive handle and super high quality blades for that close shave. It also has Dr. Carver's shave butter and their prep scrub to help fight razor bumps, exfoliate dead skin cells, and prevent ingrown hairs, as well as Dr. Carver's post-shave dew, which are all some of my new favorites. And being able to have my kit shipped to the office is just perfect for making sure I have everything I need to get ready to shoot the show in the mornings. You know, sometimes I forget to shave, or I want to brush my teeth after having a quick breakfast or coffee before filming, so this kit comes in handy. You know, if you want to check them out, just head on over to dollarshaveclub.com/DeFranco to get the Ultimate Shave Starter Set for only $5. And you can upgrade all your grooming essentials by adding any of their other high-quality bathroom products as well. So click it, check it out, and enjoy. And the first bit of awesome today is I put out a brand new podcast with me and Khalifa. We played some Skin Deep, we argued, we joked around, we just talked. Yeah, I think you'll like it, and you can watch it right now at youtube.com/ACW or listen on the podcast platform of your choice at linkshole.com. Then we got Billie Eilish on Tiny Desk Home Concert. You got behind the scenes of Tenet. You got ASAP Rocky and Rihanna answering questions. You also got Casey Neistat and Candace Poole quizzing each other on home design and family life. And if you want to see the full versions of everything I just shared, the secret link of the day, really anything at all, links as always are in the description down below. Then we should talk about this update around the death of Cory Barrie. As you might remember, he's a YouTuber who was killed in a car crash back on May 10. He and Daniel Silva, who's a famous tattoo artist featured on Ink Master, were celebrating Barrie's 25th birthday and speeding in a McLaren. Silva was driving, lost control, and the car slammed into a tree and stop sign, with reports indicating that Silva tried to flee the scene but was stopped by bystanders who went to help. Silva was arrested for murder that night, and a later police statement indicated that the situation was because of a DUI. Barrie's family also came out and said Silva was driving drunk. However, he was never actually charged with a DUI for the incident. Now, you did have witnesses claiming that Silva and Barrie were partying earlier that night, but it's really unclear just how much Silva had to drink. Silva's lawyer was confident that they could beat a murder charge because the prosecution would have a hard time proving Silva was actually drunk. And so because of this, Silva initially pled not guilty to the murder charge, which if he had been found guilty of, could have landed him between 15 years and life in state prison. But what we ended up actually seeing last month is that he made a deal with prosecutors who agreed to drop the second-degree murder charge against Silva in exchange for him pleading no contest to vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence, which is still a felony. And all of that brings us to yesterday, where Silva finally received his sentence. Daniel Silva was sentenced with 364 days in county jail, though he was already credited 216 days for time served, even though the crash happened only 108 days ago because of California's sentencing guidelines. Silva also sentenced to formal probation for 5 years, 250 hours of community service. He also has a suspended prison sentence of 4 years, which means that if he messes up at all and violates any of the terms of his probation, he could find himself in state prison. We also saw some of Barrie's friends like Oscar Guerra making statements both in and out of court. Guerra, after speaking in court, wrote on Twitter, "I don't think there's any amount of words I can say right now to let anyone feel what I feel." So I guess I'll start with this. Cory Barrie had a tough outer shell, but was soft on the inside. He was a unique, kind, inspirational individual. He went on to heavily suggest that Silva was driving drunk that night by saying, "Everyone who was there, including myself, tried stopping you from driving. I was outside of the car on the street telling you to get out of the car while you looked at me and sped off. While my best friend was coughing up blood, you tried to run away and I caught you. All of this happened because you wanted to show off your materialistic lifestyle that doesn't mean anything when it's all said and done. And ultimately closing, I personally accept your forgiveness, but unfortunately that won't be enough to bring Cory back or help us forget what we were forced to see that night." Also of note, this is likely not the end of Silva's troubles. About 2 weeks after the accident, Barrie's parents filed a civil suit against Silva and his tattoo company, with them asking the court to award them compensatory damages, cost of the suit, pre-judgment and post-judgment interest, as well as any fair and equitable relief. And as of right now, from reports, it looks like that suit is still working its way through the courts. So that's where we are with this story right now. And I do want to ask you, what are your thoughts regarding the sentence here? Do you feel like, given all the factors, it does make sense? Is it too light? Any other opinions? And then we need to talk about Hurricane Laura. Right now, Laura is headed to parts of Texas and Louisiana and will make landfall tonight or tomorrow morning. Earlier today, we saw it upgraded to a Category 3. As we were recording today's show, it was upgraded again to a Category 4. When this makes landfall, it is expected to be catastrophic, and between Texas and Louisiana, 500,000 people have already been evacuated. Beaumont and Port Arthur, Texas, which are near Houston and which were hit hard by Hurricane Harvey in 2017, could be near the point of Laura's landfall and were among the areas ordered to evacuate. This map here is showing the expected path of the hurricane, but it also doesn't show how large it could be. The storm could reach outside of that cone. And as far as what exactly to expect, the National Hurricane Center put out an update about Laura this morning saying, "Unsurvivable storm surge with large and destructive waves will cause catastrophic damage from Sea Rim State Park, Texas, to intracoastal city Louisiana, adding that the surge could penetrate up to 30 miles inland from the immediate coastline. And on top of this, hurricane-force winds are expected tonight in portions of the warning area, and these winds will spread inland across portions of eastern Texas and western Louisiana early Thursday. Widespread flash flooding is expected to begin this afternoon, not just in areas in Texas and Louisiana, but even Arkansas. And heavy rainfall threat and localized flash and urban flooding could spread to parts of the Mississippi, Ohio, and Tennessee valleys. And actually, as far as flooding, some places are already seeing it, with a local police station on the coast of Louisiana tweeting out these photos this morning. Also, with this situation, you have government officials responding, this including Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards, who requested federal assistance from President Trump, which was approved. Governor Edwards also tweeting out this morning a kind of rush for people to evacuate, giving them a noon deadline and saying wherever they will be then is where they will have to ride out the storm. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also signing a disaster proclamation in his state. And as you might imagine, preparing for a hurricane is very stressful. It is a complicated task, but it's made even more so because of the pandemic. You know, it's this kind of stacking of disasters we've seen a lot of experts warning about, which is why we're seeing things in this situation like Abbott saying that the state of Texas has ordered hundreds of buses so that people can evacuate in a distanced way. COVID-19 testing teams will also be sent to shelters once it's safe, with Abbott telling reporters, just because a hurricane is coming to Texas does not mean COVID-19 either has or is going to leave Texas. COVID-19 is going to be in Texas throughout the course of the hurricane, with him also explaining that local officials are taking all necessary protocols to make sure that they reduce the spread. But with all that said, if you are in the areas of Texas and Louisiana being impacted right now, please be safe. Of course, my thoughts are with you. And some action items with this story. If you are in the area, make sure that you're looking to the National Hurricane Center and other local officials to make sure you know how to stay safe. Also down below, if you need it, I'll be linking to an FAQ by Save the Children that has a lot of information and hurricane preparedness tips and ways to help as well, including a link below to the Houston Food Bank, which you can donate to. They'll be setting up disaster response sites throughout the hurricane season to help those impacted. Also, the American Red Cross is preparing to help people in Texas and Louisiana. You can donate. Also in the links down below, there's information about the hurricane, where you can find shelter. Yeah, for now, we're gonna have to wait and see what actually happens, because I mean, even what we're talking about now, it's far worse than the initial prediction. And that is where I'm going to end today's show. As always, a big thanks to you for being a part of these daily dives into the news. Also, if you're looking for more to watch, maybe you missed yesterday's show, or you want to watch that brand new podcast I did with me and Khalifa, you can click or tap right there to watch that. But, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.